Hi there. So we have an abs and booty workout. So you need all of your bands, okay? We are going to be using, you can decide which ones work for you. What we are going to do is we're going to do 6-minute rounds. Okay, so we have 6 moves to do within the 6 minutes. You're gonna have a lot of different moves to learn, to try. So you do the move for 45 seconds, then you have a little bit of a break for 15. You'll see how it goes. So first we're gonna start off with just a little bit of warm up. So I am using the orange a little bit heavier because I'm gonna put it around your feet. When you're using the bands, you wanna try to keep them flush like this. They're gonna start to like spin and roll and stuff, and that's okay. But be mindful that you can keep them flush however you can. You're gonna need yourself a mat. You might want a little bit of a pillow for your head. It really depends on how it works for you, okay? We'll test it out guilty. So I'm gonna tuck my tail and roll all the way back down. I'm just gonna start with my hands on the ground. I'm gonna turn my palms face down so that I can kind of lock my shoulders in. I'm gonna lift up the legs. Legs can be straight or slightly bent if they need to. And all we're gonna do is just keep them over the hip, tuck the tail a little bit between the legs, pull the belly button towards the spine, and then up towards the sternum. We're just going to start by kind of opening and closing the legs just a little tiny bit. See how I'm flexing my feet like I'm standing on the wall? See how that feels for you? Then try and point your toes. Notice a bit of a difference here. And then just continue open and close, open and close. Okay, now we're going to continue to do this, but I'm going to lower my legs down a little bit now. And then same thing, out and in, palms face down, point the toes, out and in. Woo. Now I'm going to try to take it a little bit lower. If you notice your back lift, tuck your tail, lift your leg up. You don't have to go that low. Out and in, let's do a few. Breathing through this. And now try and point your toes. See how that feels. Oh, we can feel the heat, right? Draw knees towards the chest, getting a little bit of hug. Let's place the feet on top of the ground, hands on top of your mat, palms face down. Lift your hips and then lower your hips just a couple times. And as we do this, let's bring the elbows either down on the ground, and let's begin to roll our wrists, because we're going to be on our hands a little bit as well. So we want to be mindful that we roll through the wrists, that we wiggle the fingers, we get our arms kind of ready. When you're ready, let's lift up your legs and then just hold into this bridge. Option to come into a deeper bridge, so maybe here, maybe clasping the hands together, tucking the shoulders, lifting a little bit higher, squeeze the inner thighs together. Try not to let your knees touch, but squeeze those inner thighs together. Feel all the foot pushing into the ground. Let's release those arms, lower it down, tuck it in a little bit. Good, shake it out. One more thing here, I'm gonna straighten out the legs. I'm gonna set my left leg further back, the right leg up. I'm gonna take my hand underneath the shoulders, lift up a little bit if I can, or underneath the bum, that's not your shoulders. So I'm gonna lift up, tuck, see if I can tuck my chin in just a little bit. I'm gonna lower the bottom leg and lift it up. Lower the bottom, lift it up. Lower and lift. Woo. This is beautiful. Let's switch sides. Lower and lift. We're gonna keep this orange band. You can move to the purple if you like. You can move to the purple. And then let's release for a second. Roll yourself up however it works for you. So I'm going to move to purple because it's a little more butt. Our first round is focusing on our butt. We're going to put the band in between the legs here. Okay? I'm going to show you the moves as we go. So we're going to be on all fours. We want to try to do spread the fingers nice and wide, plug every knuckle into the ground. Become nice and tall, nice and lifted. Knees underneath the hips as well. And I'm going to start by extending the leg and just lifting and lowering. So heel comes up. See how I'm not lifting high and arching my back this way? I want to just lift just a little bit so that you just feel it right in the glute. So we're going to start doing that side one time, 45 seconds. Do your right or your left, and I'm going to set the timer for you. Are you guys ready? Are you guys set up? I can't hear you, but I'm sure you are. All right, ready? Lift that leg, go. So just raise and lower, just that one leg. Woo! So you want to try not to fall into the shoulders. You want to stay lifted. Draw belly button towards the spine and then up towards the sternum. Feel your booty here. This one's great. We're only going to work our right side. Then we're going to move to the opposite. If you start on your left, it's okay, don't worry about it. Not a big deal. Almost there. 20 more seconds. Feel the burn. So see how I lower my foot, lift, lower, and lift. It's not about speed. It's not about height. It's about control. Control with these bands. 7 seconds to go. There you go. Good. In between, lower down if you need to wiggle out your butt. Next one I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to put my heel in. One more little note. I find if you're barefoot, it's better. See how it's under my foot? Okay, up towards my heel a bit more. Now I'm going to lift here and push straight up. So come with me. See how I'm not lifting very high? Not about the height at all. I just want to move so that I have just enough resistance on it. Not so much that I'm going to whip it, but just feel the resistance slowly come back, right? So you always feel that resistance. Because even here, there's still resistance. And there's a little bit up here, okay? Look down about in between the hands or so. Try to look forward or all the way down. Keep going. Breathe through it. You have 7 more seconds to go. Now you should be feeling your butte. Woo! I feel it. I feel it. All right. Lower down. Adjust the band so that the band is similar to how it was, or the same as how it was in the first part. Now we're going to do a simple hold. So come with me down on those hands. Let's extend through that leg, same leg that's been extending. Lift, and see if you can lift the other hand. So maybe just pinky touches. Maybe the hand lifts. Try not to fall into the shoulder, okay? Lift up. One thing too, try not to fall into the hip. So you keep holding, take a look over if you can. So this would be me falling into my hip. See how my hip is popped out? You want to try to square that off, okay? So hip right over top of knee. Breathe. We got 17 seconds to go. Then we get to do all those 3 moves on the other side. Then that is done. You are done on your hands and your knees. Almost there. 3 seconds. Good. Love band stuff because it really focuses on that control, a lot of core stuff. Roll your wrists out, take your time. So now you can do the other leg extends and straightens. Are you ready? Come with me. Lift up the leg. See, I have my back foot toe curl. If it uncurls, your band might go flying behind you. And again, I'm trying not to arch as I lift. I'm keeping my back flat so that I feel the booty. Lots of core, spread the fingers wide. Push up through those hands as well. Lift the chest. You have 20 seconds to go. Woo! I'm feeling this. I hope you are too. And you don't have to start with purple. Purple is heavy, right? You can do yellow. You can do the orange. You can even try the blue if you like. Main thing is that you do what works for you. Last one. Good. Take a little breather. Come back onto the heels if you want. Wiggle the booty. So the next one, remember, we place it so that it is under the foot. So right on the heel there. Okay. Still have my left foot curled. Come up here. Now I already have a little bit of tension, especially with this purple one. And then I lift up, lower, lift, and lower. Not big at all. When we do these type of movements, we really have a tendency, like what I was to show you, is to like lift as high as we can, like bend like that, right? But really all we're doing is putting that extra torque on our back that we don't need. Feel that control. Then we feel the subtleties in everything that's going on. Yeah, 15 seconds. Good. Burn. Feels great. Almost there. You do that in your opposite knee, like the one that's stabilizing you, probably. That's one. Let's bring the band back to how it belongs, to how we first had it. And remember, when we straighten out the leg, straighten out the opposite arm, and just hold. Okay? Come on up with me. Straighten out the leg. Lift it up, hold. Try the opposite arm. Here, here, here. Okay, keep that toe curled. If it doesn't, watch what happens. I've lost the band. Ready? You really want to keep that toe curled. That's going to help you. It's going to help you with the band, but it also helps you with stabilizing. We are almost there. We got 20 seconds to go. Then you're on to your next round of movement. Keep holding, breathing. Feels wonderful. Almost there. 7 seconds. Feel hold, lift, hold, good. All right, you're coming into a seated position. And for this one, I'm going to use the orange around my legs, and I'm going to use the yellow in my arms. But you do what works for you. Because for this one, I want a little bit of a pull out, but I don't want to so much focus on the outside of the class. I still want to engage the inner edge of the class. So I don't want to pull out, focus more on the outward, okay? So what you're going to do for here is take the yellow band, or blue, or pink. Fingers nice and long, right here. So we want to tuck the tail a little bit, okay? Not pushing up this way. Tuck that tail, draw belly down to the spine, draw the chin down slightly so that'll help us really connect. And all you're going to do is a Russian twist. This is your first movement. And then I'll show you as we go, okay? They're not tough. You will see. Get ready. Get set. Go. Russian twist. Twist it out. I know you're there with me. I know you know. You're good. You're good. Try turning your toes up towards the ceiling a little bit, getting a little bit of that flexion. Notice if you release your feet, I don't feel it as much, right? You make some more pressure actually in the tail, in the back. Once you curl your toes, up to connect us through those hips, helps us stabilize a little bit better. Stop. 15 seconds. We're just focusing on a little bit of rotation here. Sucking that belly in. Having some fun, right? Having some fun. Last one. So the next one, we're going to do a rainbow with the arms. So we're going to come down and up. And if you want, you can lift your legs. I'm going to tuck my tail. I'm going to tuck high and then low. So last one, we just kind of went across the front. This one is a little bit higher if you can do it. You ready? Get set. Good. Now, if you feel this in your tail, in your tailbone, and it is excruciating, it is not good for you one bit. Come all the way down to the ground, lift up, lower, and lower. And I like to come more towards my hips when I do this one. It just helps with balance a little bit more. So you decide what works for you. For 20 more seconds, you continue to do what works for you, okay? Tuck that tail. If you want, you can also place a pillow underneath your bum. 7 seconds. Woo. All right, so next we're going to bring the legs in and out. We're going to do our boat, okay? Then we're going to press the legs out and reach. In, out, and reach, okay? If that option does not work for you, sit here, straighten it out, reach. Come back, straighten it out, reach. So go ahead, if you haven't started already, and you decide what works for you best, okay? In, up, reach. You should be feeling, you might be like, oh my God, I'm feeling it like a lot, right? You're all in my TFL that comes all the way across. And if you do, it's okay. Squeeze a little bit. If you're feeling a lot in your hip flexors, like too much. If you are, try the other option. Good. Now this one is not easy, and it's not meant to be one bit. So the next one is a rock the boat. So you're in your boat position, and you just sort of rock from one side to the other. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to rock the boat to the right, then I'm going to rock the boat to the left. And again, if this isn't working for you, rock to right, rock to left. Go ahead and do it. If it still doesn't work, bring your head down, small little rock from one side to the other. Keep the toes connected, those feet connected, turning upwards. Rock and rock. Good job, as you're doing so good. We have 20 more seconds. Good. You don't have to rock the boat far. I'm feeling hot. You guys feeling hot? You should be feeling hot. 10 seconds. Remember, your boat can rock however you like. You want to come down, you want to rock the boat here. Go ahead. Do what works for you. Woo! Okay, so this one we're going to do butterfly. So we're turning our toes out to the side. We're opening up through our knees. We're going to do a butterfly reach through. So I lean back, and all I do is reach through and up. Reach through and up, okay? Same idea, go ahead and start. Same idea, down on the ground. Reach and up. Reach and up, okay? So we focus on opening up those feet here. Keep going, turning it out, ready? And then moving through that way. Are you guys doing good? A little bit of resistance on the band. Hold. 15 seconds. Doesn't have to be big, one bit. Keep a little bit of that resistance on your band. Yeah, last one, straighten out. Massage here if you need to. Okay, so next one, our legs are straight. So I take them up, I straighten as much as I can. I'm gonna lower down, come back up. Lower down, come back up. Now, that one's too tough. All good. Lift the legs up and down. You can even bring your arms back and here. So personally, this one is wonderful and it works just the same. Make sure that you have a little bit of resistance, okay? If you feel the other one on your back, like not friendly whatsoever, go on your back instead, okay? Down. You want to try to roll and lift. Hands up. Feel this one like crazy in the belly. How do you guys feel it? Woo! Done. So you were done with round number 2. Oh yeah, beautiful. That was so good. All right, so next one. We're gonna use the band in between our legs. And we're gonna come to here, okay? So band, side. We're gonna come into a side plankish, okay? I'm gonna go onto forearm, make sure that your forearm, your elbow here is over top of your shoulder and that you're not here or forward, okay? Lift. Lift through the side so we feel the obliques. Straighten out the legs on about 45 or so. So these are ones that are Pilates friendly ones too. So what we're gonna do is legs are straight, okay? I'm just gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. You want to feel it all on the side. Obliques here. That's it. That's all you do. Bottom foot can be on the ground. I'll show you. Go. You ready? Get set. Go. Up and down. I'm coming with you. Because I'm focusing on time or two. I can put my hand on the ground. I can put your foot on the ground. Even if your foot's on the ground, it doesn't mean that it's easier. I actually feel this a little bit differently all on the side, right? So play around with it. I like to play around a lot with stuff. Here, maybe hand on the head, lift and lower. Doesn't have to be high. You can feel this in the side of your butt. You can feel this through all down through the abductors, outer thighs. We're almost there. Play around with your options. Good, almost there. Oh, that one burns like mad. Lower down. Oh, give it a little bit of a massage. So the next one here is same position. We're gonna bring the knee towards the front and then back. So watch me here, leg up. I'm gonna bring my knee in and then back to this position. In, back to this position. Focus on using the stomach, okay? Focus on using through the quads. Option, come on down. Bring it in and out. In and out. Control it. Squeeze all through here. Lower down. You want to give your upper body, your shoulders a little break. This is perfect. Honestly, it's great. Then you can attach down here a little bit more, or connect, I should say, down here a little bit more. You want to try to stack your hips. Try not to have your hips pop back. Try not to roll forward. I'm just going to try and stack them. It works if you roll back slightly, but just notice, play again. Almost there. Good, relax. So our next one is the banana hold. So what we do is we slightly lean towards our back, spread the legs nice and wide, lift up the arms is a nice option, and we simply hold, okay? Are you ready? Go. Bring it up and hold. So now if your head's like, oh my God, my neck is sore, check this out. Hand underneath the head, not to push it, to keep it still in line. Okay, sternum still there. And then we just lift, opening it up. Then you should feel the whole side, maybe a little bit right in here. You guys feeling that? Good. Arm can go above the head, arm can go here, shoulder can step back. Really, anywhere's good. Keep breathing. You're almost there. We almost moved to the other side. Good. 10 more seconds to go. Breathing through that little burn. Getting ready to flip to the other side. Here we go. All right, let's flip over. Other side. Remember, do how it works for you. Forearm, perfectly fine. Foot on the ground, lift and lower. Okay, up to you. Or pop it down. Pop it down, bro. I'm gonna pop it down for this. We're gonna try this one. We'll lift the bottom leg up and down. Lots of inspired movement. Whoa. Dia bends. How you guys doing? Oh, look, it looks like I got sweatband on. Richard Simmons, Richard Simmons, sweatband. We're almost there. I can't see the timer. Okay, 12 seconds. Woo! I think that was. Maybe it was 15. I don't know. Anyways, about 10 or so. Keep going. Keep breathing. Almost there. Oh, yeah. Feel that burn, baby burn. Maybe you're like, crap, I should not have chosen the orange band. So you could simply switch it out perfectly for this beautiful blue one or this yellow one. It's up to you. So remember here, we pull the knee forward. Okay. You can have your foot on the ground, pull the knee forward, or lift up the bottom leg, pull the knee forward. Holy moly, like this leg and hip is just going to town, eh? I'm just feeling this. Burn, baby, burn. We are almost through this round. You see how I kind of come down towards the ground a little bit, or come in towards the hip. It's all good. Just adjust to the shirt. Just keep flopping all over the place. Almost there. 10 seconds. Holy smokeroni. We feel squeeze this. 4 more seconds. Relax it out. Do you remember the next one? Do you? Do you think you do? Banana, hold. Lift, lean back slightly, and hold. Okay? Are you ready? Get set. Give it a little massage. It's nice to whack it out of your feet. Up and hold. Woo! Good. Settle that heat time. Keep going. Keep her moving. Remember, handing on the head if you want. Try not to torque that neck though. Keep it in that nice alignment. And you don't have to lift your upper body up very high. It's okay. We're focusing on lower abdominals, the glutes here. And keep that resistance. See how I kind of lost it. Keep it. Okay, 14 seconds. Your last one. We are holding. We are beautifully holding. Arms up, arms above the head. It's you. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. All right. Yay. How are you doing so far? I think that's good, right? Yeah. Okay. So we are going to move on now to our very last round. So 3 of them are going to be in a plank position, and 3 of them are going to be on our belly in that Superman position. Okay. So for bands here, let me see. For the first 3, we're just going to have a band around the legs. Okay, so the band is, I don't suggest you go too heavy with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go yellow, just because we're going to do kind of like a frog action with the legs so that you can get a little bit of space. That's all. Okay, I'm going to come here. Option to go down onto the forearm so that your shoulders are elbow distance, your elbows are shoulder distance apart, or you can come up to the hands. So I'm going to show you up onto the hand option. Spread the fingers nice and wide, okay? And then from here, I'm going to turn my toes slightly off to the side and then pull it up. That's all we're doing, okay? So we're doing kind of like a little frog, so that we have a little bit more space to bring the leg closer, okay? So you do one side, other side, and we'll do both, but I'll show you that one, okay? So get ready, get set, choose the band that you want. Any one is fine. It doesn't have to be what I'm using. It can be heavier if you like. Ready, set, go. in your plank position. Here we go. Pulling it up and then down. Up and then down. So we're actually opening up the hip a little bit, focusing on those lower abdominals. But honestly, there's a lot more going on than just lower abdominals, right? Try not to lock your elbows. 20 seconds. So you might notice that when you do one leg, you kind of drop your weight into one side. You want to try and keep it square, strong through that opposite leg. Good, we're almost there. 3, 2, and a little breather. So that opposite leg that was stabilizing you, you should feel that a lot. You should feel those, would have felt the obliques as well. Now we do the same thing, other side, okay? I'm just spinning around for fun. Let's get set, here we go. You might notice one side, the hip doesn't necessarily lift as well as the other side, right? And if it doesn't, that's okay. That is so common that our hips are twisted. We're all twisted. I've yet to meet someone whose hips are not off alignment somehow. And that's okay though, it's all good. We can totally move with it. Keep going. Less than 10 seconds. Last one. Yeah, lower down, little breather. So now we're gonna alternate. One leg, other leg. But once we bring that one leg back, we're gonna lift it straight up. So watch here. I'm gonna go one leg, lift. Other leg, lift. Okay? Go ahead and start. I'm looking at the camera like used to doing lives where I can go and see how you're doing, you know, like when you instruct, you kind of help out. Anyways, I'm sure you're doing a great job. Just keep going. Crunch, crunching in the hips, snapping in the hips possibly. So pull it up side, lift it up center. Oh boy. Wait. One more. Side. Almost there. 5 seconds. Maybe we can get one more in. Oh, burn. Beautiful burn. Okay, so next little section, I'm going to give you some time to switch around because you're going to need to play around with your bands. So I'm going to go orange in the leg. The minute Superman position, that's up to you. For the first Superman hold, I'm also going to use the pink around my arms, but I'm going to keep my elbows connected and just focus on that little tiny bit of a pull so that I get into rotator cuff a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to come down into Superman position. I'm going to draw my elbows out a little bit wider, lift up my hands, open, then lift the legs. We're just holding. This is it. Okay, so we also get into our delts, which is really nice, in across the back. It's a really great one. So try it out. Then for the next 2, you don't need your pink band. You can just toss it. Okay, are you ready? Get set, go. Lift and hold in that Superman. So legs are up, elbows are down, but hands are up. But focus on pulling your shoulders back and down. So we don't want to squeeze our shoulder blades together. We want to give a little bit of space across the back. And you can feel this in outside of the arms. You can try pointing your toes for something different, or you can flex your feet. Now it's up to you. But this is where you focus on squeezing the back body. So working on posterior chain here for 15 more seconds. 3, enjoy. Almost there. Hands don't have to be up high at all, and done. Whoa, right? Wasn't that one good? Okay, so this one's a flying squirrel. I kind of made this one up, the name of it too. Hey, you can see this somewhere cool. You ready? Maybe. So I'm gonna go here and a flying squirrel in. Flying squirrel in. You see how when I'm on the ground, I lift up and then kind of open up. So you open up your shoulders a bit and open up your legs a little bit. Okay, so start if you haven't started already. Maybe you started awesome. Breathe. And keep going, almost there. 15 seconds to go. Then we have one more move, that is it. Nope. One more move. Keep going. Good, little bit of a breather here. So come all the way down. So our last one is heels out in a butterfly position. So you're gonna come up, lift up the legs. Knees are gonna be a bit wider, but what we focus on is opening up the heels and then coming back in. Heels and then in. This one, honestly, is weird, a little bit awkward. Your knees are gonna wanna open up with you. Try to keep your knees in and open up just the heels. Out and in. So you should feel this right in that corner edge of the glutes. You can have your head on the ground. You can look forward if you like. You can bring your arms out a bit wider. It's okay. This one is very subtle. Very subtle. Keep drawing the knees in and focus on opening up the heels and the ankles. So pulling the heels and ankles away from the knees. Just a bit. 10 more seconds. You might notice that your hips lift. I feel this one like crazy, right? In the stomach. You guys feel that. Good. Release it down. Okay, so let's remove the band. You are finito. You did your little abs and butt band workout. These bands are versatile. You can use them for so much. It's fun. You can just have yourself a set of bands. That's all you might need because you can move around a lot with them. So let's come down onto our stomach here. We're just gonna lift up our legs and we're just gonna kind of rock our legs from one side to the other to get into the hips a little bit. Good, just keep rocking from one side to the other. And after any type of workout that you do, we tend to not do enough stretching. So get yourself into a nice regular stretching practice. Let's take it up, pull the elbows in. Draw the knees in. We're gonna come down to a little child's pose, knees in close those so we can get into the low back. We really did focus a lot on that area just now, but you really did in all your stabilizing moves anyways. Big part of the core. We like to call it abs and butt, but really it's just total body core. Continue to move through it. I invite you to maybe do some like little hip circles, do some wrist rolls, squeeze through your forearms, anything, honestly, anything that feels good for you. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed that little workout. We'll see you later.